Okay guys, I'm back again, this time with a quick update to the Sportsman GEN3500i. I'm testing out for Buffalo tools. The generator now has 17.5 hours on it. Within that time I've only burned slightly over 2 gallons worth of gas, and I've run some pretty high wattage things. I ran a 7000 BTU portable air conditioner, which according to my kilowatt meter pulls just over 800 watts when running. And then I've also run that space heater, which has a 1300 and 1500 watt setting, and then various other things. When I first ran the unit, the first 5 hours of operation was run with a 100 watt box fan. I only put around a gallon or so, maybe a little less than it then. Then that gas lasted around 6 or 7 hours, I think. But my second tank of gas filled it up completely, and I ran the air conditioner off of it, which again pulls around 800 watts, and I ended up getting 9.5 hours out of it. So I believe this unit claims 8 hours 50 minutes or something like that at a half load, which would be 1500 watts. And I think it's gonna achieve that for us today, because that's what I'm going to test out. The gas tank right now is currently full, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't see, it's not quite full. I think I ran a little bit before. I have it timed out on my stopwatch on my phone. I have to go back and look at my notes, but it's most of the way full. I'm going to run that heater at the 1300 watt setting, and then I'm also going to do a cold start for you guys, because today currently it's 59 degrees. We've been getting cold temperatures here in Michigan, so it's 59 degrees. It's going to be a cold start. Prove that by putting my hand right on the exhaust. Unit hasn't been started for probably around 4 days, but hopefully by the end of today I'll go ahead and do the oil change, because it'll probably be somewhere over 20 hours, and you have to do the initial oil change at 20 hours. And also the unit should be broken in enough for me to run some higher wattage loads. I'll probably double up on the space heaters to make sure it can run 3000 watts. But what we're going to do here is make sure that the engine switch is on. Well, that's the economy switch. There's the engine switch. I also bought this little adapter from Amazon that goes into the RV plug, and it gives you another regular plug. That's just something else to note. But we'll go ahead and prime this guy. That should be sufficient. Put it in the choke position, which is already in. Fuel valve is already on, and I'm gonna have to kind of set the camera down, but I'll set it on top of the unit so you guys can hear it start. And again, the unit hasn't really given me any problems. The starter string that happened during the unboxing, the starter string issue is gone. So started with the second pull, very good. We'll get a sound measurement as it's in this very, very enclosed area. So 79 decibels. I'm going to put the load on in a few minutes, but let's see how loud it is a little bit further away from it. And that's in the full output mode. I'll leave it in there. And now we're well over 23 feet away from it. And you can see it's fairly quiet, even in the full output mode. Let me go ahead and hook the load up to it. I know you're not supposed to let it run with a load this heavy before warming it up for 5 minutes, but hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So that's in the 1300 watt setting, 1500 watt setting. Let's go ahead and take our sound measurement. But first we'll put on the economy throttle. So we're at 85, between 85 and 86 decibels with the 1500 watt load in economy mode. That was point blank next to the unit. About 72, 73 at 23 feet. Set back even further. So we're about 40, I don't know, 45 feet away. And we're at 66 decibels. Let's go ahead and take the same measurement with something like a light load. With an 800 watt load, I noticed it went down near idle. So, you know, 1500 watts is pretty heavy. Let's see how quiet it is with a light load. Or no load, I should say. Right next to it, 76, exhaust side, 77, and it's in a very confined space, guys, as you can see. So at 23 feet. 66, 67, that's about what it is. But again, that sound is bouncing off the fence, the garage, and coming straight back here. So in an open field, it will probably be quieter. I'm back to around the 45-foot mark. That's at 56, and the unit's actually quieter when it's not up against the fence and it's actually closer to us. So that's just the sound being amplified by the area that it's in, but fairly quiet, and again runs fairly consistently. So I'll update you guys later on. Once I do the oil change, I'll go ahead and show you guys that video. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and as always, peace.